Brendan Sorsby defeated his case, and I think this is horrible for college football. But insider Pete Thamel was going to give us the details that not a lot of people know. Let's check it out.
If you could fill in the gaps and also let me know what today means. So a judge, the second judge that was put in for this case, heard everything and ruled that Sorsby is allowed to play, and also said the NCAA is prohibited, actually, from stopping him from playing. Can you tell us more about how we got here and what we think this means for a precedent going forward?
Well, Pat, thanks for having me. This is certainly an unprecedented day in the history of college sports, and I don't want to sound overdramatic here, but gambling has always been a thick red line, and the fact that Brendan Sorsby, who admitted to placing thousands of bets for $90,000, including 40 bets on his own team while he was at Indiana. The fact that he is going to be or has been legally cleared to play college football this season at Texas Tech is simply something that we've never seen before. And it's the latest manifestation of one of the biggest issues in college sports right now, Pat, which is local rulings overruling what the NCAA rules are supposed to be. And this one feels the most significant, Pat, because gambling cuts different than a medical red shirt, than an age argument like the Bediako case, for example.
Look, this may be what the college football world needed. Nick Saban got tore apart for what he said in Congress about being able to argue for eligibility and things like that. You know, whether you agree with him or you disagree with him, whether you agree with the Save College Football, whatever your opinion is, we all can agree that as somebody who loves college football, we need to get back to the on the field and get out of these courtrooms. But I think people, they understood, okay, you're fighting for eligibility. Okay, you know, if you want to grant them another year, grant them another year. You want to deny them, whatever. But when it's a case like this, the gambling on your own team, gambling as many times as he did, giving people money to gamble, knowing what he was doing was wrong, and he still did it. And you have a chance to say, we're not going to allow this in college football. And for you not to be able to do it, I believe maybe this is what college football needs for real change, because it takes something nuclear like this decision to say, okay, everybody, it's time to really get up. When we were on trial for the Trinidad Chambliss, we was listening. When Chandler Morris was on trial, we was kind of listening. But now that you've let a player gamble, admit it, and basically get away with it, it's time for everybody to stand up and unite and get this taken care of and get back the old college football that we know and love.
I don't think I've gotten more text on my phone about a breaking news story unprompted ever, or certainly not in the last 5 years. I mean, my phone did not stop ringing. And the general tenor, Pat, around college athletics, I would say, is one of disgust. One Big 12 AD texted me today, "We lost our soul today." And look, there was a lot of hyperbolic reaction to this, but gambling had always been I joked it was like the Good Will Hunting thing. You hit a cop, you're going to jail. There were always significant consequences for gambling, and that changed today because of this. Now, Brendan Sorsby's case, argued successfully by Jeffrey Kessler, who is often successful against the NCAA, laid it out very clearly. They laid it out as a mental health case, and they won. The NCAA is expected to appeal this case.
So they're going to appeal. They're expected to appeal. But when will they get to appeal, right? Are they going to file for it? The NCAA, I don't think that means much. They can appeal, but will they get up off their ass and get an injunction filed or get whatever it's called so they can expedite the situation? I don't think so. But here's the thing. Shout out to everybody who fights for mental health. And I'm with everybody who has true mental health, who has dealt with tragedy and they don't know how to deal with it, who things have happened to them and they don't know how to deal with it. Now, I'm not qualified to say if somebody has mental health or they don't. All I can tell you is get ready for mental health to be used often when trying to get what these players want. Because Brendan Sorsby, attorney, was able to use mental health, that's what the next player and the next player and the next player is going to do. In my opinion, when you do something like gamble on sports, when you know you're not supposed to gamble, that's on you. And, the judge rules that Sorsby would suffer probable and improbable injury for not playing. His big punishment would be you cannot be a Texas Tech Red Raider. You now have to go train and become an NFL player. Oh, the horror. Oh, the horror. Now, again, I am not a mental health expert, but I want to ask y'all a question because maybe I'm tripping. I want to ask y'all a question. Do you think Brendan Sorsby walking into a stadium, gambler, he's a gambler, he's cheating, he's gambling, playing football when the crowd is just calling you all types of names and social media and all that stuff? Do you think that's good for your mental health? And you may be asking, well, Grant, what was the alternative? Well, if the judge says that he can't play football this year, he gets to go away from football. He gets to be by himself. He can check himself into a rehab, get some real help for his mental health. And he won't be dealing with those stressors of as a QB1. He's already got a target on his back because he got paid good money to go to Texas Tech. Now you add the gambling situation. Do y'all not think there's going to be even more stressors? What if he doesn't play well? How will your mental health be then? Or you could have took a year off and got ready to do what everybody dreams of doing, most people, and that's play college football. I mean, that's playing in the NFL. There are people out there that has serious mental health issues. And every time somebody uses mental health to their advantage when they really don't have mental health issues, whenever that happens, that hurts the person who actually does have mental health issues. If Brandon Sorsby, if he has those type of issues, I really hope he knows I really hope he has a system set up to deal with the stressors he's about to deal with now that he won this case. 2, he's the QB1 of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And 3, he got all that NIL money. And then I hope he's going to be able to get help during all this and be able to stop gambling when he was gambling on his team, gambling on crazy sports. Do y'all see how crazy all this sounds?
Now, whether the timeline of that appeal matches with when it matters is what remains to be seen, correct? Like the NCAA could get a hearing in February and Brendan Sorsby will have to combine. He doesn't have to go, it doesn't matter. It would be rendered moot. And that had always been sort of part of the expectation with this is if the temporary injunction was granted, then once the injunction was granted, he would roll and play and then everybody would kind of move on. So we'll see if the timeline of that gets expedited in Lubbock County. I have certainly reason to be skeptical of that. But yeah, this is certainly a day, Pat, that is certainly going to have ripples for a long time.
Let me ask y'all this. If you're a head football coach and you find out that your players broke a rule, would you be afraid? I wouldn't be afraid. I wouldn't be afraid. I would say, well, if they catch us, we're just going to sue. I would say, you know what? Fred Shish Kebab, he just broke this violation. Okay, I need us to be prepared. Look for the best lawyer out there. Have him on standby, because if the NCAA comes anywhere near my program, I'm just going to take him to the courts, and I'm going to file it in a place that gives me favoritism. Boy. I really feel like this could either go one or two ways. One, now that we've all saw the ruling, something's going to happen. There's going to be big change. Or two, you're going to see the trickle-down effect of, oh, a player gets caught, then we're just going to sue, and I'm going to do what Brendan Sorsby did. Either way it goes, I really thought the NCAA had an easy case here. A player admitted to doing it. And I wonder if he has to, okay, he can't play 2 games. I wonder if there's any mandatory check-in hours. Because, yeah, I know he checked himself into a treatment for, a month? But I'm telling you right now, stressors are going to be at the all-time high if they were trying to avoid him from getting mental health issues. This is just bad, man. This ain't the college football that we know and love, and we're talking about courtrooms instead of what's being done on the field, man. What do y'all think about all this, man? Let me know in the comments. I'm out. Peace.